it upsets me to no end that the money's going there and it's not going to Jews. That money should be going to Jews in Israel, to Jews in LA, to Jews wherever they live. That money is Jewish money. It kills me that we're giving it away. You know? But if you ask me, we've done way too much. Even from a secular viewpoint. Where are the rest of the world to come? Where are the African nations? Where are they helping them?
I understand your point, but what about the Congo? Should Jews apologize for not doing enough for the Congo?
The Jews, let me put it this way. Jews have no reason to apologize to anybody about anything right now. Okay? It is not our fault that Goyim in the middle of Africa have no money. That is not a Jewish problem. Okay? There are certain things that that we are responsible for. Mm-hmm. Perhaps we fail at them. Mm-hmm. That is not one of them. That has nothing to do with us. This idea of tikkun olam as the backbone for this is ridiculous and has no Torah merit, and I'll slug it up right now. Being a light to the nations doesn't mean running around and solving all of each nation's problems. Mm-hmm. Being a light to the nations, what's a light? The Torah is or. Torah is a light. We have light. When a Jew sits and learns Torah in a base medrash, or wherever in his house, if a Jew sits and learns Torah, right? Mm-hmm. And he does so with the money that the community, the community, what are we looking at?
You.
Oh, okay. When a Jew learns with with Jewish money and gives to Jewish, gives to the fellow Jews in his community and supports Torah learning and supports a mikveh and the base medrash and the shuls or whatever and keeps the community going, he sits and he learns. That light is the light of Torah that emanates from his learning. The world is in a world of darkness. This is a world of darkness. The light to it is the Torah that we're learning. Bringing a light to the nations, to the world, means sitting and learning Torah, which is an illumination of light, and the nations who are living in darkness will see the light. They'll see the Jews learning. Jews are spread all over the world today. We're everywhere. We're on every continent. They will find out about us because they will walk and they will see in the darkness. They will see this light emanating. It's a spiritual light. They see the light, and they're attracted to it. And that is how we bring light to the nations. Tikkun olam doesn't mean bringing a light to the nations by going to Darfur and the Congo and spilling our money there.
Do you think that Yitzhak should become Shira's blueberry stud muffin?
Blueberry? I don't know if it's blueberry would be the best. Those two things, those two have a...
Don't worry, I've got it under control.
They have something going.
Do you know this Yitzhak guy?
Yeah, and Yitzhak's a good guy.
Yeah?
He's a good guy.
Who is he?
Shira is a good woman.
He used to be a Muslim?
He grew up in a really Muslim-dominated country in the Middle East. I won't say which one. And really Muslim, like 100% of the country is Muslim. And he grew up in Islamic schools, studying the Quran, and somehow he came to the conclusion that it was all not true. The Quran is full of inaccuracies and falsehoods, and he started looking for emes, and he realized that Torah is the truth. And now he's going to go seek a conversion. Wow. A halachic conversion, a real one. So, yeah, I'm impressed with him. He gets he might get the Rabbi Rabbs Man of the Year award for 5770, the one we just finished. I think that's a compelling story.
Do you think he's a good match for Shira?
Shira, yeah, they're both going to have to do the conversion thing, but sure, why not? I think that could be great.
I mean, if he can handle those hot-blooded Puerto Rican girls.
Shira's good people.
So what about agro-processors? Now, Rabbi Yanklowitz writes, it's now clear that agro-processors and countless other Jewish-owned companies have oppressed their workers, creating a problem that's now pervasive through our community. We owe an apology to the Guatemalan people, to a spate of other countries whose people have been abused in American Jewish factories while producing kosher products that we blindly consumed. We also owe an apology to some of the poorest tenants in buildings owned by Jewish landlords who have often suffered exorbitant rent hikes, winters without heat, and have been made victims of gentrification.
This guy's too. Is this guy for real? I mean, do I need to respond? Do I need to respond to this stupidity? I mean, it's just retarded. You know, this is almost a blood libel. It's almost at the level of Hitler. And I'll explain to you why. Hitler would love this. Hitler would love to have a guy like Madoff or Rubashkin, right? Do their thing, like Fagin from Oliver Twist, right? And this is going to be the face of Jews worldwide, right? Yeah. We're all Bernie Madoff. Yeah. We're all this Rubashkin guy, right? Yeah. Give me some more Jews who did some, we're all the slumlord guys, right? All of us are that, right? We're all Fagin, right? We're this character that stole money, right? Yeah. We're all the bad guys. Now we can create a caricature and direct the narrative like this. There's 14 million Jews, and this is who they are. They're the Bernie Madoffs and the Rubashkins, and they're all the terrible people of the world, And you need to apologize for what you've done, right? And this is like a dogma coming from a Nazi, from a true anti-Semite. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's coming from this guy who calls himself a rabbi is gefellig. I mean, it doesn't even need response. He's spitting out doctrine from the Nazis, and I'm supposed to respond to it? I mean, it's just retarded. He has become a self-hating Jew. He feels that the Nazis were right. He's intimidated by the bully on the block, and he's apologizing for being Jewish. He's a self-hating Jew who's apologizing. He's an apologist for Jews. You don't need more of a definition. This guy's an apologist for Jews, right? I'm a Jew and I don't apologize for it. How's that? I'm a Jew. I'm in your face with it, and I will not apologize for being a Jew. Got it? I just want to get some touch the.
Imagine if someone read an article, blacks owe an apology to the world for high rates of violent crime, or blacks owe an apology to the world for high rates of illegitimacy, or blacks owe an apology to the world for high rates of welfare dependency.
Well, let's go through each one.
Could you imagine that getting published?
Okay, no, well, let's say if a black guy came out, right, and wrote the same thing that this guy wrote, but switched it a couple of things, I apologize for O.J. Simpson. I apologize for. We need to apologize for rap music and whatever. He just came out and he apologized for. The blacks would lynch him up and call him a Tom. What do they call him?
Uncle Tom.
An Uncle Tom, right?
Right.
They would just want nothing to do with this guy. They would separate, and I think they have the right attitude. I happen to think they'd have the right attitude, and I think the Jews should be smart enough to distance themselves from this guy. What's his name? I want his name.
Rabbi Shmuley Yanklowitz.
Shmuley Yanklowitz. Everybody needs to distance themselves from this guy. Okay? He is not an apologist for me. I need not apologize to anybody. I need not be apologized for. Separate yourselves from this guy. Next issue.
So,
yay, my team's winning.
Had a lot of great emails over the past few weeks from Greg Leake, who's a World War II veteran. He's a Christian who lives in Texas.
Good for him.
He's pro-Israel.
I've taken upon myself a new thing for this year. Every year, you try to do something for them. I want to.
Don't worry about the chat room.
This year, my thing that I've taken upon myself is I want to say more and more positive things about deeply religious, devout Christians. That's going to be my thing for this year. They have become, we share a mutual enemy. Our enemy is liberals. Okay? The secular left hates people who actually follow this stuff. right?
Right.
And the bigger